Hi everyone, how are you all doing? Um, we have a lot of people joined in already. Can I get a hi from people? How's it going? Okay, so I don't know if you all have attended the first stream, but this is going to be a hands on part. We were working on AI in Unity game engine, and a lot of us actually explored the SDK called MediaPipe by Google, and we involved it in Unity, and we were able to work it out. I have fixed my camera issue this time, so that won't be a problem. But today we'll actually build a game out of the solutions that we saw. So, just a heads up and introduction once again. Hi, I'm Deekshita Verma. I am an MLS coach for the APAC region. I'm a final year student at Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University for Women. I'm pursuing BTech in IT. I've been an AR developer and freelancer for over 3 years. I've mentored a lot of students, conducted a lot of sessions in AR VR, and I'm also an upcoming software engineer at Google. So, that is about me. Now, coming to why AI in Unity. So, my college focuses a lot on artificial intelligence, and I love building games in Unity. So, we thought that we'll come to a common ground, and my final year research project would be involving artificial intelligence in a domain which I like. And they approved that project, so that is why I'm exploring this technology. And I thought it would be great if we could do that together on a stream. So, last time we discussed involving computer vision or body tracking inside Unity Game Engine. So, when a body enters, you can see different annotations of that particular body on the screen. This was basically showing computer vision and augmented reality together. I'll show you the demo of it, don't worry about it. So, today one of our projects would be that when one particular body enters through a particular area, you'll listen to an alarm. So this is basically bringing security issue uh, using AI within a Unity game. Okay, so I will actually share my screen and switch on Unity once. Just give me a minute. Okay, meanwhile, I'll just play some music in the background till the time being Unity starts. Alright, so we have Unity with us, and I'll open our previous project so that I can show you what the body tracking was about. And we'll also create a new project meanwhile, and this will be our body tracker. So I'll go over here, rename this to body tracker, and create a project. So I'm basically building two projects together so that we save a little bit of our time because it takes a couple of moments to start, and you're able to see just a black screen. Let me show you Unity Hub once again. Alright, so I'm waiting for the projects to start. Meanwhile, we'll go back to our presentation. Okay, so this was something which we discussed in our last stream. And over there, I mentioned that we'll read documentations and use our basic libraries to develop something creative out of it. So our basic library right now is MediaPipe, and within that MediaPipe library, there is one feature called as Body Tracker. Now it's a very basic feature. When we use the SDK, we already have 50% of the code ready with us. All we need to do is read through the code, figure out where we need to create a change, where we need to add something creative inside that to make it a full-fledged project. Okay, so we'll go to our documentation till then and read it because we have some time before Unity starts. Let me just share the documentation screen till then. Okay, here we go. So we had a lot of solutions available by MediaPipe. We had face detection, face mesh, iris, hands, pose. So we are actually focusing on the pose detection. So it's not only just detecting a body, it will also detect the posture. So if you attended one of the streams by Ashwin, there was pose tracking where he mentioned about how to add a good posture, bad posture. That is something which can be an extended version of this project, but we are not doing that for now. We will just be detecting a pose, and as soon as the body is detected, I've downloaded an alarm sound which we'll play. So let me see if any of the projects have started. No, none of them have yet. They're loading up. Alright, so this is how the face detection would look like. They'll mention that this is person 1, person 2, and this is their face. So this is what it would look like if I do that in Unity. And this is how our pose detection is going to look like. So you can see the body posture over here, right? So this is the pose that we'll see when we open the Unity project and install pose detection API in it. And these are the particular points that it's going to detect. So for shoulders, these are 11 and 12. For your eyebrows, to the sides of your face, to your nose, it has multiple positions. And one extended project from here could be that we could add different annotations, different animations over these particular annotated points, and it could be a fun way of adding different filters using artificial intelligence, because currently the filter technology is augmented reality. So one step ahead, and we're just basically trying to involve one technology with the other and make an extended version of it. So there's also something called Objectron. It detects which kind of object it is and creates a box around it. Let's say we want to calculate the size or the dimension of a particular object, we can use Objectron for that. And I think Unity has loaded up, so I'll just share my Unity screen. Let me know if you have any questions in between. I'll be happy to answer them. I will just present the other screen and okay, so first we'll go to the MediaPipe trial. Just give me a minute, I will make this presentation and I'll add the stream. Alright, so I'm skipping the new version for now. And let's go to our post tracking. This was the post tracking scene over here. Okay, it's loading and then I'll play it for you. Alright, so if I go over here, this is not exactly that post tracking. It is adding a green screen behind me. Okay, now it's not that accurate, but it's definitely detecting something. Yep, if I go a little ahead. Okay, so I will actually go over here. It was able to detect it in between and then it went back. Okay. So this is the solution window. This is the scene view. This is the game view. This is what a user will see if we build this file. And there's also a room added over here. Let's see what's happening in that room. So I think it is annotating the object detected, but it's not able to do that very well. Alright. So post tracking is not the best option for now. We'll go to the face mesh one. If you want to get started with Unity, I would say go to the Unity Learn website because it's very um, well explained over there. And because I directly started as an intern, my team recommended me to understand Unity from over there. It's a free resource and has all the tutorials possible. I'll just send the website over to you. Okay, here you go. So let me go back and try with the face mesh now. We'll see which part of you know tracking we like the best, and then we'll use that one to build a project out of it, and we'll probably add the alarm feature over there. Right, so this is the face mesh. This is actually very accurate. It is detecting every single point on my face as I speak, and I think it has iris tracking as well because if you can see, it's creating a circle over here. That's basically my iris, right? So, uh, I'm sorry if I look very dangerous right now doing that, but okay, yeah, you can see this particular dot. That's the iris over here. So this is a very cool thing to do, and let's see what they have in their code, and let's see if we can make changes in it. So this is the solution, and the solution basically has a particular script attached to them. So what they're doing is they okay, now since this code is very complex and it may be very hard to understand for a beginner, what I generally do is because even I can't understand every detail of the code if I use an SDK online. So what I do is I basically go to the part where you know let's say I want to display an alarm when a face is detected, right? So I have to find that part of the code where they started annotating something. So if we go over here, see, this is calling a function draw now face detection. That means that they've found a face over here, right? If they found a face, that is why they're calling this function. So this is where I need to play my alarm. So that's how I try to understand the code because every SDK will have a new feature. And since this is something which is by default written in C++, and then they're making it available for every single platform, just a heads up, MediaPipe is not something which is Unity specific. It can be used with Java, it can be used with Android, iOS, and other forms of development. I am using Unity because that's a platform that I love to build on. But the Google SDK of MediaPipe is available for every single build, and I'll just share the link to it. Just a second. So you can build a lot of solutions using this SDK. Alright, let me just go back to this and try some other form of tracking. Let's go to hair segmentation. Okay, I don't have my hair open. I don't know if it would be able to detect it very well because I'm also wearing headphones. Yeah, I don't think it can detect. It is actually. Okay. So it's not that accurate, but it's trying its best. Let me try to take my headphones off for a minute. Oh, no, that's not really helping. It's now thinking that my headphones are also part of my hair. So the coolest part of it is actually the holistic one because it is providing every experience of tracking all together. So I'll just, my camera over here. So let's play the holistic one. So this is the green screen. This is the body annotation. See, you can detect my hands. And if you, okay, just give me a minute. It was able to detect it very clearly. Let me put my hands down and see. Hmm. Okay, it's not that accurate, or probably it's hanging on my device, but it's able to detect everything all together. Let me just lean back a bit. Yes. So there is one more thing if you notice over here. This part is actually annotating my body, and you can see it over here. So this is the body that it's detecting, assumingly from the first half, and it's showing something over here. So this is a part of a project. So let's say you have a Unity game idea where you're tracking a user and then creating an avatar for them based on their posture. This is an SDK that you can use for that. So let me lean back and try to make it stable again. It's kind of tricky to work with it because it's not that accurate in detecting, and now it's not detecting my hands. Okay, let me just switch it off and play it again. And let me know if you have any questions in between, or if you have any opinions about the SDK. Okay, it's working a little more cooler now. I'll raise my hand and see if it's able to detect it. Yes. I think my hands are creating a problem for it. As soon as I start showing my hands, the background stops. It's probably because I have henna on my hands. But, anyways, alright. So, I'll also try the Objectron, or it has a selfie segmentation. Let's see what selfie segmentation is. So, we're currently just figuring out all the options it has, and then we'll finally build on one of them. Okay, selfie segmentation is just giving me a green screen. It's segmenting my face from the background. It's similar to post tracking. A lot of things are similar, they've just mentioned different names for them. Hi Samuel, so I think you attended the last stream. We're just currently trying out different trackings again because today my camera is working well. And then once we figure out a favorite one, we will implement it into a game today. Okay. See, post tracking is very similar to oh no, it's not similar. It is also tracking my body pose, but it's not very accurate. I don't know why is that so. It's probably because of the camera lighting. Because my camera quality is definitely not that great over here, so it could be because of that. But there is a body pose. So I also had another project with the body pose one that works a little better. Let's go for objection and let me go back to the stream once and see if there's any questions. No, there's not. Okay, what are we trying? This is an objection. I think for an objection, I need to show A box or probably a mug because it's able to detect that. It's not able to detect my phone as a box, definitely. Let's see if it can detect this. No, it can't. I think Objectron detects a chair, a box, a shoe, and none of them are accessible for me right now, so I'll just skip this one. There's a box tracking. Let me try this one. Okay, let me go back to the project. Yep. Okay, this is very inaccurate because it is showing me every possibility of. I was initially a person, then I was a knife, then I'm a teddy bear. I don't know what it's doing, but this is definitely not that accurate. Or it's probably not working well in Unity, and my Unity editor is about to crash. Let me just wait for it to start again. It has hanged perfectly. Okay, so I'll switch to a new project, and first we'll start with the body tracking. So I have another editor, and I will just share that screen right now. So we made another project called Body Tracker. Now this is a new project for now. This is just something that I do whenever I start a project. I adjust the layout according to my own need. Hierarchy, project, inspector, game, and scene view. Okay. I just like it this way. This is a layout that is very handy to me because hierarchy and project are together. Inspector shows all the information. There's a scene view and then there's a game view. So our first step will be to install the SDK in this project. So I'll import the package. Now last time we installed this package, I'll just share the link of the install. Oh my god, I'm sorry I did not add it to the stream. Sorry about that. I'll just, go back to it again. So initially this is what a default layout looks like. I hope my screen is visible and I'm sorry about that. Uh, okay. And then what I do is I change the layout to 2 by 3 where I switch this this format. It's just a format that I prefer for my project. So this is what a basic Unity project looks like. This is a scene view. This is the game view. Scene view is like the room I'm sitting in, and game view is what you're seeing from this camera. This is the only part that you can see, right? So this is the game view. This is the view of a user, and the scene is the entire setup. So the setup could be my house, the setup could be my room. So you can build up an entire scene, but what a user will see is visible through the game view. Okay. Next we have hierarchy. Hierarchy has everything that is present in a basic scene. So currently we are talking about our sample scene. Sample scene has one camera that you can see, and the other part is a directional light, right? Inspector shows you the properties of any particular object inside a scene. So if I click to main camera has position, it has the camera properties, and then it has an audio listener for you. When we talk about directional light has its transform, position, rotation, scale, and its light properties. Okay, so last time we actually installed a package from MediaPipe. I will just share the link of that package once again. Let me go back to the MediaPipe documentation and find the package for you. Okay, this is where you can install the MediaPipe package from. I'll just present this screen and show you where to download it from again. Give me a minute. Yep. Share, and let me just add it to the presentation as well. Alright. So here we have this Unity package. This is the package I'm talking about, and this is the package that we will import inside Unity. If anyone is following along, just let me know if I'm going a little too fast. I can wait for them. Okay. So this is where you install it from. Should I zoom in the screen once? Yeah. This is the Unity package that I'm talking about. This package has basically all the examples that we were testing out right now. I will stop this share and I will go back to my Unity screen. Share screen, a window, and we have our body tracker Unity over here, and I'll just add it to this tree. Perfect. So within our body tracker, I will go back to the download. So this is the MediaPipe package that I installed yesterday. I'll just open it up. Okay, so within our samples, we're gonna do one thing. For now, we just need our body, the pose tracking, right? So I will remove rest of them from this project because I don't need them. So this is how you save space within Unity if you're using a package and you don't need other um, things over there. You just remove it. So I'll remove media by video, object detection, objectron. I need pose tracking and I don't need rest of them. So just letting in the other C# files that they have because I don't know which file they're using for what, and I don't want to make those changes. But I'm removing other samples because I just want to use one sample. I will just, show you the scenes. Okay, let me know if I'm going too fast. But basically, these are all the sample scenes that they had, and I just need to make changes in the pose one. I don't need rest of them, but their C# files are code files and some of them may be interdependent. So unless and until you don't know the change or you don't know the basics of every single file, do not remove them from entering into a package. And I will import this over here. um I do not understand this exactly. Let me just show the doubt over here. Can we delete the package after we select all samples? I think you can remove the package, but some interdependencies still stay inside the project. So I would say just clear it out before you import it. And you can remove a package, but there might be something in the cache that remains in Unity. Leave that way. If I want to remove something, and I had a network issue. I want to remove something, what I do is I just, take it out of it beforehand or start a new project. I hope that answered your question. Okay, I'm not actually facing network issues. It's because Unity is loading up scenes and this happened last time as well. Just let me know if you are not able to hear me at any point. I will try to repeat myself. So we'll go to MediaPipe over here. Now the package is imported. Since it has, you can see another, you know, folder over here called media pipe. So I'll go within media pipe. Then they have samples, scenes, and we have our post tracking. So we will go to this post tracking scene. Okay, I will play the scene and see if it is working well. So it should show a green screen behind me. Okay. Again, it's very tricky, but yes, it is actually trying to detect me. Okay, I'll just try to lean back a little. Probably that would help. But let's say if I'm not in the scene anymore. Okay, there's no green screen. And if I'm there, it is, but it's not that accurate. So, but for now, we are assuming that it is able to track a body when I enter over here. Probably the green screen reflection is not that accurate. So, what we are going to do is, first of all, I will go through the code. We'll try to understand it, and then we'll find a way to, add a message when a green screen is detected. Alright, so let's go to the Unity screen, and I'll just stop this because it's taking up a lot of load on my device. Here we have a solution, and this is the script. So again, you don't need to worry about so many code files or such huge scripts. All we have to do is figure out our way. So basically, this is the major function. This is the solution for post tracking, and this is where we are going to find our way of making changes. So I will just open this file, and I'll have to make a new screen share. You know what? I will just stop this and present my screen again. So we have Visual Studio window. If that doesn't happen, I will have to share my entire screen because it's not able to detect the Visual Studio window for now. And meanwhile, we figure that out. I'll probably play some music in the background just so that you folks don't get bored. Okay, so we finally have the code file open. I'm sorry about that. And I think it's clearly visible. Let me know if you need me to zoom the screen even more. I think this should be easily readable. Alright. So, what we are going to do is we'll go through the code and figure out where we can add a console message that we've detected a body. That is going to be the part one of it. So, let's start with what a Unity code file looks like. So, these are two namespaces which are there by default. In case you have no idea what namespaces are, we are including namespaces in order to make certain functions available. So let's say that we have something called as body tracker in media pipe, and body tracker could be within multiple libraries. So we've assigned this body tracker a specific namespace. So when I use my media pipe namespace, that is when this body tracker is going to be called. I hope that makes a little bit of more sense. So we have a couple of namespaces that every Unity project should have. One is system.collections and one is Unity engine. So every Unity function that we're going to use or their actions are defined by these namespaces. That is why we need them over here. And then MediaPipe has its own post tracking namespace. So the entire class is written inside of it. Now, the classes inside C Sharp work a little differently. So we'll just go through it. Let me know in case you have any doubt in between. Now, this is going to be a little bit more heavy because it's very code specific. So let me know if I need to slow down, if I need to repeat something. I'll be happy to do that for you. Okay. So first of all, these functions, these are not actually functions. These are just variables that you've called. So rect transform is rectangular transform of an object. Then they have controllers for detection for landmarks. So these are just basically declaring different objects, declaring different values. This is very similar to what I write int a. So this is their type and this is the name that you're giving, and it's private, but we've mentioned it as serialized field so that we can see them in Unity. You know what, while we code this, I'll have to share my entire screen so that I can go back and forth with Unity. So I'll just go back over here, share screen, and share my entire screen with you all. Add to the stream. Okay, we can see multiple parts of me, but okay, whatever. So, in Unity, if I go to my object solution, whatever you see over here, right, we can see annotation area, post detection, whatever this is. These might be private values, but just so that we can access them from Unity Inspector directly, we make it a serialized field. If I say this is public int a over here. So we're making changes. I'll remove these changes, but I'm just teaching you basic concepts of it. So if I say public int a, you can see integer a over here, and I can change its value to 45 from directly from here, right? But if I make it private and I go back to Unity, it will reload the script and this a should be gone from here. I'll just go back to the stream and see if there's any doubt. Not yet. Alright. Okay. So this is gone now. There is no A because this is private. But let's say I want a private variable, but I want to access it via my inspector. That's when I add serialized field and I save it, and I will just indent it properly. And let me go back to my Unity scene again. It is compiling the script again. Okay, we'll wait for it to load. Now let me click on my solution. And you can see A back here again. Even though A is a private value, just because I mentioned it should be a serialized field, so what this is doing is that it will force Unity to serialize a private field. The concept of showing anything over here is called serialization, and when we add serialized field over here, we make a private value serializable. Otherwise, only public values can be serialized by default. So I will remove this from here because we don't need it, and that's it. So that is the basic concept of serialization. It is a very important concept when you build Unity games. So it has some model complexity, landmarks. These are just set and get values for different uh, functions or different values it's going to call, and we don't need them. They're setting up our screen. Okay, so if you see this screen, if I focus on my camera or on my canvas, this screen setup is being done by this particular function. So it is trying to switch on my camera, it is trying to get an image source, and it is trying to view my video by reversing it on my screen. This is what this setup function is doing. On start run, when we start this particular game, when we start this particular scene, it is setting up different values, it is assigning them different actions. We don't need to go too much in detail over here. These are all setups. What we want to find is from where do they start annotating or presenting my green screen. All right, so here you can see that it's calling this function, right? So let's see what is happening over here. Wait for next value. Post detection is null. Landmarks are null. If running mode is this, we have something. If running mode is not blocking sync, and then it is giving them a draw now call. So assuming a draw now call is that it has detected a body. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I will add a debug.log. So this is basically when you want to show anything inside your console window. Body detected. Now, how do I know if that is accurate? There is something called as draw later. That means they're not calling it right now. So here I'll give a debug.log body not detected, and we'll see if this is working well or not. Let me know if you have any doubts in between or if it gets a little too heavy in between. I will happily repeat it again. So if I go back over here, we will save the screen, and then we need to see the logs, right? So there is a window called console. So console window is already showing a lot of things, but I'll just clear it. And we'll also do clear on play. Okay. Let me go back to the stream and see if there are any questions. Nope. So now what I'm gonna do is I will just remove myself from here. Probably show something more in zoom so that you can see only the screen. Go back over here and play this. So first of all, I will actually exit myself from over here, so you won't be able to see a body, and it's constantly saying body not detected. So that is working actually. And let's go back to the scene. If I am over here, it still says body not detected because it's not able to annotate. But let's, yep, I don't think there are any body detected debug over here. It's all body not detected, even though it's trying to detect, but it's not actually annotating. So what I'm gonna do is I will remove the body not detected part for now because that is working. And let's see if we actually get a body detected log or not. I think rest of the things are fine. Let's see if it is able to detect the body. So I'll again exit from the screen, clear the logs and play it again. So we can't see anything, debug. Let me come back and see if it actually displays body detected. Nope, it does not. So probably we are not able to guess the part where body is detected yet. Let's see if it's trying to annotate something. Let me just take my headphones off for a minute. Okay, it did actually annotate my body, but we haven't gotten the message of body detected yet. So we're probably not at the right part of the code. Yep, it did the annotation for a minute, but we haven't detected the right part to mention the debug log where it says body detected. So we'll go over to the code and find again where can we mention debug.log body detected. So we have the drawNow function. Let's see where the drawNow function is. Okay. So here's the drawNow function, and let us mention body detected over here. Alright, so this was actually in another script which we were able to find by clicking over here, and I will remove this message from here and I'll just save it. Alright, now we'll try to go back and see if this works. So it's loading the script right now. Let me see if there are any questions. Nope, not yet. Folks, do let me know if you have any questions. I don't want to just keep talking to myself while building this. Okay, so we have the annotations, but we still don't get the debug.log body detected, which should have happened so far. Let me go back a bit. We can see the green screen, we can see the annotation, but we can't see the log message. I don't know why is that so. Okay, yep, that's working. That is working very well. But we can't see the debug.log message, so we'll actually have to, try to understand the code a bit more. Let us go back to the code and see what's wrong. So we have post detection, we have the post landmarks over here. So we are calling these functions, and you know this should have worked. Let me go back to post tracking solutions and see if we have something over here. So we have post detection annotation. Let me just add my, not able to get this. Um, Ayush, what exactly are you not? So I'll just basically repeat everything. So what is happening is that we have a particular game where when you play this, you can see a body detection, right? There is an annotation and it is trying to detect a particular body and its posture. So there's a pose detection over here. So it's not that accurate because probably because of the lighting, but a body pose is getting detected. So what we are trying to do is that when the body pose is detected, we want to display a message that a body has been tracked. So I will just show you over here. Let's see when it starts annotating. uh, yep, right here you were able to see a bit of annotation, right? So when it starts annotating, that's when a body is getting detected. What I want to do is when this annotation starts, I want to display a message that we have detected a body. So what I'm trying to figure out is that how do I display that particular message? And for that, we are going through different parts of the code and we are figuring out where to add that message of body detected. So first of all, we tried over here because it was calling a draw function to multiple scripts. Okay, I think I created an error. So this is where it was calling the draw function. So I thought that since it's drawing annotations over there, probably this is where we can actually show that a body has been detected, but that is not working. So we are trying to read the code files and figure out where to add that particular function or where to add a message that a body has been detected. Okay, I hope that answers your question and I hope you're able to understand a bit of it now. Let me know if I need to repeat myself. Mission controller. So basically, we have a lot of controllers. This is the uh, pose detection. This is the landmarks of your position. So let's say you have your shoulder position. These are the landmarks over here. This is the detection controller. Probably the different parts of your body are being displayed through this particular controller. Then there are different landmarks. This is the world landmark. So this landmark could be something like, I think my project stopped. You just open the project again. So I'm assuming that the world landmark is something like there was this screen and there were different checkbox over it and you were able to see an annotation over there. Okay. Let me please repeat the last steps. Sure, Samir. Just give me. Okay. So, in the end, we were actually. Let me reload this script again. Okay, let me repeat all of this again. So basically, we have a solution over here. This solution has a post tracking script. This script is making sure that a message is displayed, a message is displayed or something is annotated when it tracks a body posture. Post tracking is a body posture tracking. Alright, so I'll just play this and show you what the script is doing. So adding this particular green mask over here, or let me just zoom into the canvas. Okay. So can you see these annotations over here? It comes for a very brief moment, which is not the most accurate thing. Yep, it came for a minute and then it went again. But if you were able to see those particular annotations, so these were available with the library. Let me see if it can detect it with my hands. Yes, the annotations are coming more better. Let me just, push it a little backwards and see if it works. No, it isn't able to detect that. But those particular annotations are represented when a body is tracked. What I'm trying to do is when a body is tracked, I am trying to display a message that hey, we detected a body over here. And when that body detection is done, in the end I want to play an alarm. So this project is basically something like, if in a particular area you can't allow trespassing, you have a web camera. If any person passes over from there, an alarm is triggered. This is what we are trying to do from here. Okay, so currently I am trying to figure out via this particular script where the solution is written as to where I can display the message that a body has been tracked. So we are trying to read the code and figure out where it sends a message to annotate something, and that particular message is where we can actually display or trigger an alarm. So I'm going through different code files and trying to figure that part out. This is something which is new to me as well, so even I'm trying to understand the code with you all. So forgive me if it's a little hard to understand. Even I am trying to figure it out with you. Um, so some basic things of the code. These are all the declarations that they have. They have different controllers. Now these controllers, this annotation controller, land controller, these controllers are basically responsible for displaying all those annotations, like my eye annotation, like a green screen behind me. These are the controllers which are working on them, and we have declared a reference for it. um, these are some basic bool calls. We've given get set values to them because we don't want them to access our particular variables directly. We've given get set to them, and we have a lot of functions which are something we don't need to go deep into. We just need to find out where they're calling or invoking a function to draw something or to trigger an annotation. So if you see over here, when it's waiting for the next value, it is giving you a draw now call. So I was thinking that if it's giving a draw now call over here, probably this is where we can show a message of debug.log. A body has been detected. But when we tried to work it out, it did not show this value. So I am currently trying to figure out, if it does not show over here, where in the code should it show? I hope that's clear now. How we do this? Oh, but alright, so basically we have imported an SDK which has set it up for us. So I'll tell you how to do that, but this is something which we're using from the SDK itself. It's a sample scene. So this is my main canvas. So canvas, whenever you want to represent any UI, we add a canvas. Within that we have a panel. So this boundary is my container panel, and within this panel we have a body. Our body is the central part where my video is being shown. There is this header, this particular part. We also have a button inside the header. Okay. And then we have a footer. So this footer also has a lot of features, graph config, image config. So let me just play the scene once again for you, and let us try to play with the buttons. So this is the scene. This is actually the body, and the annotations are working well now. Wow, okay. Let me try to click on the camera button. So it took a screenshot, and I think we can actually save these images. But so this is what's happening with it, and we also have, so this is giving you configurations. This is all that we had in the SDK by default. I've not added them myself. These are different panels that they have. Let me just play maximized. So this will maximize on my screen. Okay. I don't think the annotations are going to come again. But this is basically body tracking, and it's already set up by them. They have different buttons for it. And this is how it's working. I hope that's clear now. Okay, I'm not sure which registration link are you talking about. Yeah, I know the debug.log will show the message in console window. I have the console window with me. The window has been switched off for now, but I did have the console window on, and it wasn't showing the message of body tracker over here. Till now it just shows wait for the webcam to start, and it does not show any other message after that. Okay, how do I... Okay, zoom in, zoom out, and play with it. Got it. So let's say I want to zoom in on my main camera. I've clicked on main camera over here. I'll go to my scene window. I'll put my cursor over here and press the key F. It will zoom in over here, and then I'm just pinching using my touchpad to go over here. If I want to play with the scene, move around, I'll press the Alt key. You can see an eye window, and then you can move around the scene anywhere. Let's say I want to go to the solution part. I'll click on the solution, press F. It's an empty object, so you can't see the object over here. I want to go to the room. I will click on room, press F key, and I go over here and I'll zoom in to show you how things work. Currently I'm pressing the Alt key and moving around in this scene. I hope it's clear now. I think we'll also have one tech stream where we talk about how to work with Unity and the basics of it. This might have become a little heavy because we've directly started building in Unity. So let me try to go back to the script and see where do we show our body detected. Okay, so it's clearly not working here, and this function is actually waiting for my next value and giving me draw annotations. Let's go to our Unity script again, and let me go to the annotatable screen. Okay, it's just a screen, there's no function over here. We'll go back to the solution and see if we have any more script. Okay, so we have a script for annotation. This is where it starts drawing, and here we did add the debug.log function, but it did not show it there as well. All I want to see is the log window, and it's not showing me the log message. So what I'm gonna do is I will go to the draw. So if I'm correct, let me play this scene again. We see the green mask initially. Even if annotation is not available, green mask is something which appears quickest. Right, so we'll go to the mask controller. If I go back to my script from here, you can see that it has a mask annotation controller and a segmentation mask provided. So I'll click on control and this function. Okay, it's not doing that now. Yep. When I click on control and this function, it opens the mask script, and here is where it gives you option to update the mask. I hope that was clear. Okay. So here I will add a message for debug.log. I think that it could be a problem that because of these namespaces, it is not showing me a debug message. But it was showing me body not detected, so body detected should also show up. Okay, no, I did not have to repeat that. Okay, debug does not exist. Do we have? Then okay, we are not using Unity namespace over here. That is why it's not showing. Using Unity engine. Cool. I should show now. I forgot to add the namespace, and that is why it was not showing me in the showing it to me in the console window. Let me try it again and see if we can see the debug message. It is annotating, but it's still not showing that body was detected. I don't know what's wrong over here. Does anyone have any idea what could go wrong? Okay. Let me go back to the script. Probably we shouldn't have added it over here and remove debug.log body detected. Let me go to the post tracking solution once again. See, we are giving the commands to draw these positions, but okay, so I'm going to add something of my own. I will add an update function over here. So update function within a Unity script is called every frame, and if we see, there is something called post detection. So it should have something other than null value, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an update function of my own and say if post detection. Okay, no, that was something which was a private value. It did not have scope over here. Suppose detection is a private value. Let me see something else. We have a transform, we have a controller. All of these are controllers. Let me add a check for it. If post detection not equal to null, debug.log body detected. That is okay, Ayush. It is a very new technology and it's okay that you're trying it for the first time. I just hope you're able to understand it and I am able to explain it well to you. That's all I care about for now. So if I go to the console window, no, we are not able to see that, but we are able to see the annotations pretty well. Now I need to figure out where we can play that alarm of body detection. We have approximately 45 minutes till the session gets over, and we need to find the solution to do that. Just move this comment. Go back over here and see if we can find a way. So we have annotation controllers. And we have a mask annotation script. Let us go to this script. I think this is where we will be able to work with it. So when we are enabling it, it is applying a mask texture of that color and a threshold. So let me add a debug.log. I'm sorry for the disturbance in the background, folks. Body detected. And if this works, I'll explain it what I did. But let me see if this works. I have no idea why we are not able to see any debug messages. This on enabling the debug message should have shown. I think there's definitely something. Oh my god, I was checking it in reverse. We have the body detected message over here. Let me just, go away from the screen. No, it's still trying to detect my body and come back. So since it was enabled, it is showing first over here. Let me see, because mask annotation is enabled for the entire time. Okay, that was too much of zoomed in. Let me just that and zoom out. Okay, that's fine. That actually scared me. But okay, this is where I am seeing the annotations, right? So I'll go to my annotation script and see, you can actually display a lot of things over here because it is showing you the exact values of your left eye, right eye, and everything. So what I'm gonna do is every time this annotation is activated, do we have a start function in the script? Yes, we do. Okay, what we are going to do is here we'll give a debug.log message that hey, I have detected a body. And I'll go to the mask annotation one and I'll just remove this. So what will happen is every time the annotations start, it will show a message that we have detected a body. That's what we are doing. So I'll just give you a brief of how did I find that and let's see if this works well. So over here we have different annotation layers and this is your position landmarks. So basically your shoulders, your eyes, everything, all of those landmarks are being shown using orange and blue dots. So when your pose landmarks are shown, that is where you get a message that a body has been detected. So let us play and see if this is working. Yep, we are able to see the body detected message and we did it. So this is where we actually have to play that alarm that hey, a body is getting detected. Now let me just quickly rush out of the scene and see. Okay, there's no message over here. Let me try and come back to the scene and see if it's enabled and if we get the message again. So this is where we are getting the body detected message. And we definitely need to find a better way of doing this. But yeah, we have made some progress. And as soon as the body is detected, this should show up. Let me try and see if we have something else over here. So if I am reading this script correctly, currently we're setting the landmark colors over here. We are setting the radius. This is where we are drawing. So let me show the debug message over here. Because I wanted to constantly update that hey, we are detecting the body again and again. I think this should work. I will go back over here. Wait, I'll just remove the body detected from the start function. Okay. Control S. And what we're going to do is we'll go back to Unity. Hope you are able to understand it, folks. Let me know if it's confusing. I will repeat that again for you. And I will actually, duck and go away from the screen a bit, play and see if it can detect a body. Okay, I don't think it can detect me right now, and there shouldn't be a body detected message yet. If I come back to the screen and see if it has a body detected message. So we can't see any annotations yet. I'll wait for the annotations to start. Nope, there are no annotations so far. Let me just go to the scene a bit closer. I'll head back a bit. There were annotations, and I don't know if we got the message of body detected. Yeah, we can see the annotations, but we can't see body detected. I think the previous one was a better way of doing it then. The thing is that every time this script is activated to annotate, the body detected message should show. So I will do one more change and I think that should work for us. So instead of adding body detected in any of the functions, anytime that the script is active is where a body is here. And debug.log body detected. See. Okay, Unity crashed again. Let me open the body tracker once again. Let me know if you'll need a little bit of break. I will take that up. Play some music meanwhile. Go back to our code. it's okay, I can speak along with the background music. If my voice isn't clear, let me know. I will go to the sample scenes, post tracking. I will also add the console window, Control Shift C, and play this scene once again. Okay, yes, we can see the body detected message. So currently we have approximately 120 logs that the body is detected. Let me try to get out of this scene once. The message remained till 120. Let me come back to the scene. Again, the body was detected. Now we have 121 logs for it. 129, 137. So every time a body is getting detected, yep, we can see the alarms. So that is cool. That is where we wanted to display a body detection. So we've cracked it. Let me go back to this scene. Uh, get it or got it? I don't know what you actually meant. I'll just pause over here. Okay, so we've done that so far. Now we're gonna add an audio file that will be the alarm that I want to play. So I'll just remove this comment, go back over here, go to my folder, downloads. I think I downloaded the audio, so I'll just sort it via date. I have a lot of downloads over here. So, uh, basically within our canvas where we had our pose annotation, that is where we show our pose landmarks. This is where here we'll add an audio component. So I'll go to an audio source. This will be my clip and it will not play on awake, and I'll save it. Now we'll just import the audio clip. So I downloaded this particular alarm, which I'm gonna drag and drop into my assets folder. So we have the audio file. Now this alarm is kind of very annoying, but I'll just put it over here because we want a security alarm to be kind of annoying. I'll go back to my audio source, save it. Now we're going to make certain changes in our annotation script. So we're gonna go over here and I am going to add a component. So over here I'll add a serialized field, private audio. I think I have to shift it above because they have some warning disables over here. It's not letting me add an audio source component. Okay, this is not a mono behavior class. I was typing it outside the class. That's where I was wrong. This is the class. So this is where I'll mention a serialized field, private audio here, audio clip or audio source, and this will be my alarm. I hope that's clear. you. Let me just go back and see. What does serialized field do? Alright, so let's say I have this just private. I'll remove serialized field. When you go over here, let me go to my post landmark annotation. Just a second. This, okay, I did not save my script. Let me save my script, come back. So you can't see private values here, right? Let's say I want a variable to be private, but at the same time, I want to show it to, I want to access it from my Unity inspector. I'll make it a serialized field and I'll save it. Let me go back to my Unity editor. We'll wait for it to compile this. Okay, this is the question that I'm showing everyone. I keep forgetting that there are people from different sources and I need to show the question that I'm talking about. So when I added serialized field, even though it's a private value, I can serialize it from my inspector. So showing anything in your inspector is called serialization. For private values that you need to serialize, we add serialized field. So it overrides the property. Okay. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm going to assign this audio source to my alarm. Okay, so we have an alarm over here. Now what we want to do is that I'm going to play this alarm at my update, but this can get very annoying and it can trigger the alarm again and again. So what we'll do is if my alarm, let's see if we have something where it says key it is not playing. If my alarm is already playing, I want a negation of it. If my alarm is not playing, that's when I want to play the alarm again. Alarm.play. So, okay, we'll also display the debug.body log, body detected. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the alarm. So what I'll do is I'll remove my headphones for a couple of minutes so that you can hear the sound of the alarm when a body is detected. Okay, so here's where we're going to test if our app is okay. So the alarm stopped now, and as soon as it detected the body again, it's playing. Okay, this was a very scary alarm though, but it's working. Let me see if it detects the body again. And as soon as the body detection is stopped, it stops the alarm immediately. So that is a good thing for us. So that's how it's working. And I will just, stop playing it because that was a very annoying sound. But this is one project complete. And I hope you were able to understand it. I'll just run over the last few steps once again. I'll remove this comment and I will actually, stop sharing my entire screen and just show you the Unity window. Okay, so what has basically happened so far? Let me add the screen to my stream. Okay, so what has happened so far is that when a body is detected, let me just, decrease the volume so that when the alarm is buzzed, I don't get an annoying sound in my own ears. Let me play it again. So I can hear the alarm and it's pretty annoying. But basically, whenever a body is detected, we are getting that buzzing sound that, hey, there is someone sitting in that. I'll just remove the unassigned references and add this. So this is basically showing that, hey, there's someone sitting in that room that shouldn't be there because this is a safe area where people are not allowed. So this is a security thing. So basically the annotation shows that yes, a real body is detected uh, on, let's say, a security camera, and the alarm is just to warn people from way afar. So you can see that these annotations are basically made when a body is detected. Let me just try to bring the annotations back again. I'll sit back and see if it can detect it clearly. Now it's probably because of the lighting issue or probably because of my camera quality that the annotations are not that clear, but you can see some annotations coming once in a while. So we could do that with the green masking also, but I think green masking is switched on even if I'm not in this scene, so that's not the most accurate thing for us to work on. Okay, you were able to see the annotation, right? I'll try to sit back probably, or I'll just, switch on the annotations myself. So, yep, you were able to see those annotations, right? So, those annotations are switched on when it detects a clear body, and that body detection is also triggering that particular alarm. Okay, yes, this is happening itself. So, this is the body detection that it's doing. So, what we did was that within these annotations, we added a function to check if the alarm is already playing. You don't need to do anything, but here we have a negation that if this particular alarm is not playing, play it, that there is a particular body which is getting detected. I hope that was clear, and we can basically build this project as a Windows project itself. So I will build this file, create a folder called build over here, and we have a Windows application. This is kind of like a security application inside Unity game engine, and this application is helping you detect trespassing in a safe area or in a protected area. So that was pretty much it. I am waiting for it to build, and when it does build, I'll just show you the application. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm so sorry if it came way too long or way too much of information altogether. But if you try to explore it, you'll be able to understand it well. Let me know if you have any questions regarding Unity, regarding this particular technology that we just built, or anything of that sort. Um, if you want to connect and discuss these things with me, I am on LinkedIn and Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter. It's at the Dikshita Verma. I'm on LinkedIn at the Dikshita V, and we can take questions offline as well. So the tracker is actually built. I'll try to play it and see if it's working. If yes, I'll share my screen and show it. Okay. Sure, Ayush, that works. Thank you so much. Uh, Can we add two SDKs on the same Unity project? Yes, you can. So, what we can actually do is, like you said, like AR Core and MediaPipe, add MediaPipe, detect different things, and using AR Core, display different images or display different articles on it, probably in the face detection display things using AR Core. try to combine both of their codes together. It might be difficult to integrate, but it's definitely a great idea, and you can actually do that. We can sometime connect offline and try to build that together. Thanks, Ayush. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Um, the application is built, but the application is trying to access the same web camera through which I'm streaming. So it's not able to switch it on, and that is why I can't show you. But it's definitely playing a buzzer in my ear very loud. So I think the application works pretty much. Alright, so I guess that's pretty much it. We've completed 15 minutes early. Thank you so much for joining, and ping me if you have any more questions, and definitely try to explore this technology. It is very, very fun. I'll see you folks in my next session, which will not be in this Global Hack Week for now, but definitely in some other week and with some new technology. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, there's one more question. How much knowledge do we need in AI to work for a startup? I think that it depends from startup to startup. Some of them even involve beginners with them. So if you have even a month or two of experience and you are ready to explore more, they'll be happy to have you in the team. Because my first startup was directly when I was trained in AR. I did not know what AR was back then. So yeah, I think it depends from startups to startups, definitely.